All right. Welcome everybody to the Boyd Customs Late Model Stock Tour Round 8 here at Watkins Glen on this beautiful Tuesday night. I think we got an exciting race here coming up. I'm glad you're all here to join me. Just getting some race warm up here before qualifying. We're about to get rolling. Looks like, yep, there it goes. Let me get you guys a little bit of a better view here. So we got a number of drivers here with us tonight, a bunch of series regulars. We got Cody Trantham, Jason Chilton, Christopher Hodgson, Michael Quick, Keith Hume Sr., Michael J. Boyd, Chad Benson, Andrew Schuler, and Thomas Edel. This should be a phenomenal race tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Looks like we have some guys starting to go out for qualifying here. Cody Trantham, the first one out on track. Let's get a good view of him. As we start seeing times set in here, we'll get word on who's fastest here, who's going to be starting in front. This is a very tricky track for these cars. These cars do not brake well, they do not turn well. They're definitely meant for going in ovals. These guys are real ambitious for getting out here on the road course, but it's definitely going to be entertaining for us here tonight. Looks like 40 laps here tonight, so this is going to be a long one. Hopefully these guys can keep it on track, keep it together for 40 laps of the Glen here. Upstate New York at its finest. Little crash here from Keith Hume Sr. That is not going to be how he wants to get his qualifying kicked off. He's going to have to reset to the pits and go out for another out lap. Following Christopher Hodgson here as he comes around the final corner and across the finish line for his out lap here completed. Next time we see him come around, we will have a time on the board. Actually, I'm a little off here. First time on the board was a 119.37 here by Christopher Hodgson. He's the only time he is top spot right now. See Cody Trantham about to set one. Jason Chilton comes in with a 116.89. That is a fast time. Let's see Cody Trantham with a 118, just a bit behind Chilton. Chilton here going up the S's for his second qualifying lap. Checking on Boyd. Boyd is going to be coming around here. He's heading into the final corner now. Going to be coming around to do his first time in tonight with that red, white, and blue beautiful car. Let's see what he puts in. Looks like that actually was his out lap. So no time yet. He's headed on to his first timed lap here. Keith Hume Sr. had to redo his out lap. So we are not going to see a time this time around from him. But we will next time around. Looks like Jason Chilton with a 117. Again on our top spot. Looks like he is done. Cody Trantham looks like he is done as well. 118.43 his best time. Christopher Hodgson, best time from him. So far 119.34. Looks like we got a few drivers here not qualifying. We'll see how that strategy plays out for them. This is a tough track to qualify on. I know some of these guys probably have their nerves up a bit. We definitely wouldn't want them to expend all that extra energy and have a bad race because of it. All right, we are getting ready to get started here at Watkins Glen. Oops. Looks like everybody is off the track now. Let's give us time to... Let's check out this fastest lap while we got a second here. Great view here from inside Keith Hume Sr. as he put in his laps. Looks like this is the boot layout, so it is a bit shorter than some of the road racing you see here on Watkins Glen. Good for these cars. A little bit less of the curvy bits, a little bit less of the hard braking zones. These guys are definitely happy they're not racing the boot. Goes across the finish line. That was putting in his second place time of 1:17.05. Let's get back live, getting ready to get started here in just a moment. I know this is going to be a phenomenal race tonight. I got the opportunity to broadcast this series a couple weeks ago with my friend Matt, who is the owner of Extreme Sim TV. Phenomenal dude, phenomenal broadcaster. Like I said, I got to broadcast this league with him. It was some great racing at Lucas Oil Speedway with these guys. A bunch of really fast dudes, a bunch of really close racing. We had a great time. I didn't make it here last week for this series, but filling in tonight for Matt. And really looking forward to this one. I'm going to do a quick commercial break here while we wait to get started. And I will see you guys back here in just a second. Okay, everybody, we are back here. Just getting ready to start. Qualifying officially just ended. So we're going to be seeing cars on track very soon. Looks like we are gridding here. Again, Jason Chilton with our top spot. Keith Hume Sr., second spot. Cody Trantham, Christopher Hodgson, Michael Boyd, Thomas Edel, Michael Quick, Chad Benchin, and Andrew Schuler. Rounding out the top 10 there. Looks like we're going to pace for a lap. These guys should just be heading out here momentarily. We're going to ride along with our P4 place, Christopher Hodgson here, along this pace lap. We should get a good view of the action of the track, and we can walk through where the track goes. I know a lot of the regular viewers of this channel are probably used to seeing ovals, but we got tonight the late model stock cars on Watkins Glen. Classic layout. We are not racing the boot tonight. The boot is a series of extra corners that make this track a little bit longer, so we are racing the shorter layout on these cars. Looks like we're just waiting for one or two drivers to get to the grid here. Looks like we got one left who isn't there. We should be rolling momentarily. Yep, gridding here. Pace car's about to take off. This is going to be fun. I'm really excited. So we'll do a ride along with the track on this pace lap. Turn one here, these guys are going to have to brake really early. It's a short shoot to it, but it's a hard braking zone. This is going to be a big passing area I think we're going to see over the course of the race. 90-degree right-hander. Pit lane exit right on our right there. Now we're going to do a right hand up the hill, and there's going to be a series called the S's. A couple back and forths here up the hill. Very fast section. This is going to be the fastest part of the track for these guys. We will not see a lot of passing through here. It is just a little too sketchy to run too wide, especially in cars like this without much downforce. So going around the right here, just getting out of the S's, we're going to have a little bit of a straightaway. We're going to be in the bus stop chicane. This is going to be one of the most treacherous parts of the track for these guys. In a higher downforce car, like a GP car, not too much of a problem, but in a late model stock car, this is a little bit tricky. So we see 6, 5, 4, 300 boards at this white line he just passed. He's going to start braking. We're going to take a hard right, then a hard left, another hard left, and then another hard right. It's a very fast, very tough section in one of these cars. Now we got a long right-hander. This one's going to produce some good passing, depending on where guys can get traction. I did mention the boot area, so that turn off to the left is going to be for the boot. We're going to just keep going straight here instead. This will also be another fast part of the racetrack. Come up back here towards the start-finish line. There's going to be a quick left-hander here once we get into these blue barriers. A lot of runoff to the right of this one, so these guys won't have too much risk going in a little bit hot into this corner, but they will want to keep it on track. This is definitely a fast corner. And we've got our final corner here, a right-hander that'll lead us back into the finish line. Quick little lap there. We're going to be doing 40 of those tonight. Well, let's get back into a proper view with our leaders as they go green. Pace car is off.
Green, green, green.
Jason Chilton and Keith Hume are going to lead us to the line, and the green flag waves. Here they go. Hard on the brakes here. Jason Chilton to the inside, holds on to that position. Keith Hume Sr. around the outside. These guys, like I said, these guys are not going to want to go too wide up this section. Let's see what happens. Looks like Keith Hume slots in behind him. That's a smart move. Jason Chilton still out front. Cody Trantham holding on to third. Andrew Schuler. A great start. He's up 5 positions now into 4th place. Started 9th. He did not set up a qualifying time. Into the bus stop now for the first time. Wow, Andrew Schuler, big miss there, locked up the brakes I said on the pace lap how tough of a section that one was going to be. He heads to the pits. He had a lot of damage there. Nothing he can do. He's going to have to pit. Let's get back with the leaders. Jason Chilton, Keith Hume Sr. battling it out for this first place. We're through the toughest part of the track now. The rest of this lap should be pretty cake till we get past the start-finish line again. Into the final corner, Jason Chilton's going to lead us through the checkered, or through the green for the first time. Let's check on what's happening back here. Chad Benson up 2 positions. He's having a good run. Number 7 there in the blue car. Michael Boyd, number 5. Oh, somebody's wide. Who is that? Thomas Edel. A number of cars go wide. Thomas Edel, Michael Quick, Chad Benson all go live on turn 1. I talked about how hard of a braking zone that one was. It's so easy to lock up the brakes on this car. This is not a road racing car. This is an oval car. So there's no ABS, no traction control, none of that stuff. So it's really tough on some of these hard braking zones to get it dead right. Into the bus stop. Looks like our leaders are through unscathed. Let's see what happens with this backpack here. Number 7 Benson in the Mustang. He's all the way through. Michael Quick through as well. Cody Trantham here on his own, sitting P3. Really the biggest battle we got on track right now is Keith Hume Sr. and Jason Chilton duking it out for the lead here. We got Keith Hume Sr. in the Toyota Camry, Jason Chilton in the Chevrolet. These guys are real close, only about half a second between them. Into the hard braking zone of turn 1. Made it through unscathed, up the S's. Yeah, there's going to be this is a heavy draft section. I didn't mention it before. This is a heavy draft section, so anybody who's close enough to get the draft behind is going to gain a lot of time, just like we saw Keith Hume Sr. right on the back of Jason Chilton heading into the bus stop now, while he was already 2 cars behind going into the S's there. Right up on him, both of them through there clean. Let's take a peek at how everybody else gets through the bus stop here before we resume that battle. Michael Boyd through clean. Michael Quick, a little bit wide. He hangs onto it when you get into that grass. It can be so tough. Oh, Chad Benson into the back of Michael Quick. They both kept it on the road. Chad Benson went a little wide. Looks like neither car has too much damage, so everything's good there. Let's get back to this battle in front. Keith Hume Sr. challenging for the lead around the final corner. Jason Chilton back around him. Past the finish line into this heavy braking zone of T1. Looks like Keith Hume Sr. might have the position. He's got the inside line. He takes it away. Keith Hume Sr. slots into P1, going into the S's on lap 4. So like going into the bus stop for the first time, Keith Hume Sr. in front. They both come through clean. Cody Trantham here in P3. He's got pressure from Christopher Hodgson behind him. Through the bus stop, no problem. Let's check on Michael Boyd. Michael Boyd and Michael Quick, they had a little bit of trouble through here last time. Chad Benson as well, through there clean, no issues. Thomas Edel, and we got Andrew Schuler back on track now. He is a lap down, but it's good to see him back going in that Dodge again. Let's check out this battle for the lead. Coming across the finish line, Keith Hume Sr. for the first time leading the field across the finish line. Got a little over a half a second lead now. Actually about 3/4 of a second going into turn 1. On the exit, looks like he loses a bit of time, but he's definitely going to lose a lot of time in these S's here. Jason Chilton has got a lot of draft. I think he's going to catch up. Looks like they get through there clean, as always. You can use a lot of curb on the exit. These guys know it. That's going to be the fastest line through there. You see Keith Hume Sr. there taking a lot of the yellow and red checkers. Looks like Cody Trantham and Christopher Hodgson. Cody Trantham has gained a little bit of time on the number 8 of Christopher Hodgson. Not under too much pressure anymore. Those guys are still racing clean. Michael Boyd gets through the bus stop a little wide on the right-hander afterwards. He's going to lose that position to Michael Quick. Looks like Chad Benson is putting pressure on now again, too. Michael Boyd at risk of losing another position. He will have the inside line for his second to last corner. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Oh, we just missed it. Michael Quick way wide on that corner. I talked about how much runoff they have there. So he's definitely lucky there's not a wall on the outside of that corner. Looks like Thomas Edel, the last one to cross the line. Andrew Schuler just passed him, but he's still a lap down. So he's still in 9th place. Thomas Edel locks up the brakes there. Going into turn 1, goes a little wide, but keeps it on the track. Keith Hume Sr. and Jason Chilton just getting through the bus stop. Still about a 2.5, 3-car gap there between the two drivers. Keith Hume Sr. is putting in laps. He is be very consistent. That's going to be the key to this race. Cody Trantham, Hodgson, and then now Quick. Quick gets turned, gets passed. Let's go back and see how that happened. Wow, okay. What happened here? Looks like he gets a little bit wide onto that grass. Loses it, spins, and then just pinballs. Swing, wall, holds the brakes there. He's very lucky he didn't get any of the cars. He got away with probably very minor damage. We probably will see him in the pit lane this coming lap, but I'm sure he gets to drive there. So that's good for him. Up front, Keith Hume has pulled out a little bit of the lead. A little bit of maybe one more car length than he had last lap. Cody Trantham still sitting comfortable. Hodgson still a bit behind him. Michael Boyd gained a position on Michael Quick. Chad Benson also. And Thomas Edel also up one position. Michael Quick is back on track, of course, still ahead of Schuler. Schuler is a lap down. But I believe we will see Michael Quick coming into pit lane here and see if he does. Yep, there he goes. Into pit lane. He has got to get that damage repaired. That is going to be slowing him down considerably. We got the leaders here coming around final corner. Looks like what do we got going on back here? Chad Benson makes the pass on Michael Boyd. We missed that. He is up 3 positions from where he started, so that's going to be a great result for him in the Ford Mustang. He's the only Mustang in this field tonight. Christopher Hodgson losing a little bit more time on Trantham. Trantham is definitely putting in a good run here. We haven't seen too many mistakes from him at all. Going to the bus stop. Let's see if he can hold on to it. He does. Putting in a clinic here, absolutely. So we got a big group of 5 cars here coming through, led by Chad Benson. Led by... Oh, wow, okay, actually led by Andrew Schuler. He gets big turn there coming out of the chicane. Let's rewatch that. Everybody else makes it through clear. Let's rewatch what happens to Schuler. I think I know what happened. Looks like he cuts a little bit. Yep, he just spins, gets into the grass. He's got no more traction, locks up the brakes and into the tire barrier. That is not going to be good for him. He's going to have to come into the pits again, but at least it looks like he can drive this time. Let's get back live. That was very hard. Welcome, Matt. Everybody, Matt is here. I spoke earlier about how we weren't going to have him tonight, but surprise, we have him back. This is a real intense race so far, Matt. We've had a couple lead changes, a couple big crashes. Watkins glen is definitely a tough track in these cars. Oh my gosh. While we were just talking, we lost Keith Hume Sr. out of the lead. He is now in 7th place. I have to go find what happened there. That's the biggest development of the race so far. Oh, it looks like he came in for tires. Okay, so that's a normal stop. Nothing happened. So he slotted back to 7th. We should start seeing some other drivers come into pit lane soon. Jason Chilton, formerly 2nd place, now 1st, came into the pits. We'll see where he slots back out. Looks like Cody Trantham, Hodgson, everybody but Benson comes in this lap. It looks like Benson is staying out. Yep, he's staying out. So he will, looks like, inherit this lead. Michael Boyd staying out as well. Keith Hume Sr., of course, he's out. He did his stop earlier. Chad Benson in the Mustang around turn 1. He is headed up into the S's. It looks like we got a caution. What happened there? Oh, competition caution. Okay. That's interesting that everybody came into the pits before that happened. Yep. That's true. That's true. Looks like, yeah, it looks like Keith Hume Sr. was the only car that came in the lap before everybody else came in the lap that competition caution was being called. Chad Benson and Michael Boyd stayed out. We'll see how that strategy works for him. I know those guys' tires have got to be feeling it. We have seen a couple intense crashes in the bus stop tonight, Matt. These guys are having a tough time, and it's a tough car to run around this track. That bus stop, I talked about it pre-race, is going to be a really tricky section, and we have seen it claim a couple guys' cars tonight. It does. It's so easy to spin these cars. No ABS, no traction control. This is an oval car, not a road racing car. So it's really not meant to go around a corner like that. Yeah. Sounds good. Let's go to break, and we'll see you guys viewing in just a moment. All right, we are coming around the final corner here, ready to go green again. Looks like we got Cody Trantham in first, Keith Hume Sr. second. And there we go. Across the finish line, into turn one, into this hard braking zone. Keith Hume has got the inside line, so he should be able to hang on to it through this corner, and he does. Oh, looks like Cody Trantham a bit wide, actually gets the position by going wide. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to get with race control there. It looks like must have been just an issue with the restart or something. Back under yellow, we should be doing one more lap here, pacing. We're going to head back to break, try to get some technical issues figured out. We will be back before they go green. Looks like they are green. Keith Hume, again, leading us through the first corner, up into the S's. Jason Chilton slotting back in behind him, back up into his second place. Cody Trantham, third place. This is just how we were running before the pit rotation that we had. These guys are all bunched up again here. Let's see what happens through the bus stop. This could be a bit chaotic like we saw at the beginning of the race. These guys will be on cold tires here again after pacing around for 3 laps, so this will be a little sketchy. Looks like, yep, nice and slow. These guys are smart. They know what they're doing. Looks like a couple cars go wide. Looks like we have Michael Quick going a little wide, keeps it on track. No issue for him. Yeah, are they under yellow again? It doesn't say. I don't have a yellow in my race feed, but they are definitely pacing around. Maybe they're just doing a warm-up lap here. Might have got a little over-ambitious with calling that one. Let's see what happens to coming around the final corner. Stacked up, double file. Let's see what happens when they cross the line. Little touch between our two front runners. Nothing harm, no damage.
Green, green, green.
Looks like they are stepping it down here as they cross the line. We are definitely green now. Green flag waves. Keith Hume breaks a little early, loses the position to Cody Trantham there. Trantham up into first, going into the S's. Hume Back into second. Looks like we got Hodgson third. Chilton all the way back and forth. He is right on the back of Hodgson. Up into the S's. Just pressing over the top of the hill now. About to hit their braking point for the bus stop. Let's see what everybody does here. Definitely going to take it a bit slow. Still have cold tires. Looks like our two front runners made it through clean. Big crash. Mike Boyd. Oh, sorry, not Mike Boyd. Yes, it was Mike Boyd. Goes way wide on the entry. Into the grass. Saves it. No damage to the car, but he is back in last position. Big battle here between Schuler and Edel. Looks like Schuler is back on the lead lap, so he is back in this race. Trantham still in the lead, going a little wide on the second to last corner. This could give Hume an opportunity, but it doesn't. Trantham holds on to the spots. Into the final corner. Looks like a switcheroo. Hume on the inside. Great line through that corner. He's going to have the inside run going into corner one. Big braking zone here. Let's see who brakes later. Hume with the inside line. Brakes really hard. A little bit of advantage coming out, but Trantham went a little wide. Got a bit better of a run into the S's, but he's not going to make it. Slots in behind. Hume back into the lead. Trantham 2. Jason Chilton is up to third now. Hodgson, 6 cars behind him, 6 car lengths behind him in 4th place. Coming up the S's, we have Michael Quick right there behind Hodgson. He is not out of this fight. As Hume is going to come into the bus stop here. Big curb uses on the entry. Looks like Trantham goes a bit wide, keeps it tidy, but he did definitely lose a little bit of time to Chilton there. Let's look at that battle. Hume Sr. took an amazing line through the bus stop. He pulled a few car lengths on Trantham behind. So he is in the clear. We saw him before the pit rotation putting in really clean laps. I think he's going to keep doing that. Trantham wide again on that second to last corner. He's done that a couple times now, but he keeps it on track. I'm not sure race officials are going to be too happy with that one, but up here in the booth, we don't get paid enough to make that call. So we're just going to keep with it here. Big pressure from Chilton into turn 1, but Trantham goes wide, gets a good exit. We'll see what happens there. He's gone wide a number of times. Might get a little slap on the wrist from race control. But we'll see what happens. I'm back. We still got Michael Quick, Andrew Schuler, Chad Benson, Thomas Edel, and rounding out the back, Michael J. Boyd. He is still going strong after that little crash in the bus stop last time. But he is a few car lengths behind. He's going to have to make that up. Hume Sr. through the bus stop. Trantham, Chilton through the bus stop clean. Hodgson, no problems. Quick. Schuler, Benson, Edel. Edel definitely has a bunch of damage on that car. That is not going to be helping him out. Boyd through clean. He learned from his mistakes last lap. Everybody through clean. Into the back section, second to last corner. Trantham keeps it on track, but he has a lot of pressure from Jason Chilton going into the final corner. Chilton is not letting Trantham get away. All right, through corner 1, up into the S's. Trantham still with a good lead, or sorry, get a good lead over Chilton. Hume still with a good lead over the rest of the field. Up into the draft, Chilton is gaining some time. This is an intense battle here. Let's see what happens. Chilton to the inside. He's going to put Trantham under a bunch of pressure. Trantham backs out. Chilton is going to get that spot into the bus stop. Schuler a bit wide into the grass. Looks like he holds on to it. Benson is looking up the inside. Not quite going to make it. Thomas Edel just watching everything from behind. Michael Quick. Looks like Michael Quick dropped to the back. Let's go back and look what happened to him. That was just a moment ago. What happened here? So he goes a bit wide out of turn one. Must have just braked a little late. Yep, looks like he locked him up just a bit. Goes wide, gets into the gravel, spins just a bit into the tire barrier. Not a bunch of damage for him, but it's going to be enough. He's already been to the pits a couple times this race, so I don't know if he's got any fast repairs left. Looks like, nope, he does come in. He just entered pit lane, so we should see him back out on the track momentarily. Chilton and Trantham still in a heated battle here, coming through the bus stop. Everything the same as the last time we saw them. Hodgson still here, sitting kind of by himself. Doesn't have anybody in front, doesn't have anybody behind. Into the grass just a little bit, keeps it tidy. No problem for Hodgson. Schuler, after his early race mishap, he is back up into 5th. That is a good position for him to be in. Car looks good. I don't think he's worried about too much right now. Benson under a bunch of pressure from Edel behind. The Mustang and the Challenger here. Into the final corner. Edel has got a bunch of damage on his car. Let's see how it affects his race. He goes way wide. Braked too late there. Into the final corner. Benson is going to easily hold on to that position. Looks like they did gain a bit on Schuler. Schuler must have made a mistake there in the second to last corner. Super easy to do in that part of the track. Let's just check back with Chilton. Heading up the S's. Looks like Chilton has a bit more of a comfortable lead on Trantham now. Hodgson still comfortable. Ooh, Schuler way wide on turn 1. He's going to lose a bunch of time. Looks like Thomas Edel right up behind him. We lost Chad Benson somewhere. What happened? Let's rewind here a bit. Oh no, it looks like the same thing we saw Michael Quick do just a second ago. Looks like that whole pack of cars goes wide. Just get a little touch from behind from Schuler, it looks like. Gets Benson turned around into that tire barrier. Doesn't look like he's got too much damage, but we'll check and see if he comes into the pits. Michael Quick. Oh no. I got another report that he crashed. Keith Hume Sr. enters pit lane. Looks like we're heading into our second round of pit stops here. So as that action happens in pit lane, let's check back with what happened to Michael Quick here just a moment ago. Remember, Michael Quick just came out of pit lane for another incident that he had. Looks like this wasn't so much of a crash as it was just going a little wide, getting a little spun off the bus stop. That is not where he wants to be, but cold tires, it's really going to be tough to do when you're in that position. He's back on track. He's still running. Let's see what he does with his pit strategy to try to make up these positions. Jason Chilton still out front. Cody Trantham behind. Through the bus stop clean. Christopher Hodgson a few seconds behind here, just heading into the back straight up onto the bus stop. He has got no pressure from behind, but that is Thomas Edel up into 4th place. And that Dodge Challenger there, the only one in our field today. He's got a little bit of damage on that car, but looks like it's not affecting him too much. He's been putting in a really good performance this stint. Hume Sr. back out into 5th. He had just come out of pit lane, so he will be on cold tires. Michael Boyd behind him. Chad Benson still in pit lane. Michael Quick looks like he is still on track. Andrew Schuler in pit lane. He is getting new tires as well, so he will be the last guy coming out. Cody Trantham just a bit wide. Looks like Jason Chilton went into the pits this past lap. Cody Trantham stayed out. Let's see how that strategy pays off for him. Hodgson also still out on the track. Thomas Edel up into 3rd place now on this pit rotation. Hume Sr. up into 4th. Michael Boyd up into 5th. Jason Chilton looks like he will be... He must be getting fuel. He will be coming out of the pits momentarily. I don't believe he is going to get past. He should be able to hold on to that 6th position as he comes out of pit lane here. Check back in with our current leader, Cody Trantham, heading into the final corner. Looks like Jason Chilton is actually at risk of being put a lap down. What is interesting to see why this pit stop is taking so long. I didn't think he had any damage. We'll have to check in on that later. Cody Trantham around turn 1 is going to put Jason Chilton a lap down. Our former leader, a guy who's been running up at the front of this field for most of the race, is now a lap down. That's not a good position for him to be in. Hodgson still in second. Hume Sr. up into third now as Edel comes into the pits. Looks like we see him coming in there. Chilton is back on the track. He is sitting in 6th position. Everybody's got pretty comfortable gaps between other drivers here. Nothing too crazy going on the track, no battles. So now everybody's definitely going to be in the mindset where they want to just run their own race, run a clean race, and not make any mistakes. Cody Trantham again coming around the final corner. Going to cross the line here again. Looks like he has got about 16 seconds back to second place of Christopher Hodgson. Cody Trantham is definitely exactly where he wants to be right now. I think at this point he's just in cruise control. I think he's super happy with where he's at. We just crossed half race distance on that second pit rotation here. We're on lap 23. The leader is on lap 23. It's like Cody Trantham coming up on a lapped traffic Thomas Edel at his 5th place. Looks like Thomas Edel got that damage on his car fixed, so that is great for him. Christopher Hodgson in the pit lane now. Looks like besides Cody Trantham, was one of our last cars to come in. Cody Trantham is the only one who hasn't gotten tires on this rotation now. He is definitely not losing any time though. He is still putting in clean, consistent laps. It looks like he is coming in this lap. We'll see where he slots out. He has got a 24-second lead on second place of Keith Hume Sr. and a 33-second lead on third place of Michael J. Boyd. Like Hume is coming into the final corner right now. He should inherit the lead on this one. If Trantham is just getting tires, looks like he just coming into his box as we speak. Hume Sr. coming across the finish line, so yeah, he is going to inherit the lead again. Going on to lap 25. Michael Boyd getting past Cody Trantham, wide out of turn 1. Let's hope he doesn't spin. Keeps it tidy, back on track. And he is going to be in second place. Cody Trantham getting fuel now, should be coming out of the pits momentarily. We just saw Chad Benson coming out of pit lane. He just got some tires. Chad Benson, unfortunately, is a lap down, but with a lucky caution, we could see him back on the lead lap of this race. Jason Chilton back into 6th. Looks like he is currently back on the lead lap after everybody pitted, so that is great for him. Still in 6th position. Looks like about 57 seconds back from the leader, almost a full lap, so he is at risk of going a lap down if he makes any mistakes. Keith Hume Sr., Michael J. Boyd, Christopher Hodgson, use your top 3. Hodgson just coming through the bus stop now, goes way wide into the grass, keeps it on track. He's going to want to get those tires clean as soon as possible, but looks like he kept it pretty tidy after that off track. For reference, our leader Keith Hume Sr. is just headed up into the S's after turn 1. Michael Boyd is just coming out of turn 1. So we've got a couple corners difference between these guys. It ends up being about 17 seconds. But as we've seen, one mistake could put you back that or more without too much issue. Jason Chilton now catching up to Thomas Edel, just a couple seconds behind, crossing the finish line now. It looks like that gap is shrinking. Trantham now up into P4 after his pit stop. He is going to be on fresh tires, so the pace will be a bit better. But he's about 5 seconds behind third of Hodgson in front of him and about 5 seconds in front of Edel behind. Hume Sr. extended that lead to 20 seconds over Boyd behind, so he is putting in great consistent laps right now. We love to see that. This guy is a monster out here. He's been good at every track we've gone to so far, and it looks like he's putting on a clinic here. No mistakes, just good solid laps. Michael Boyd looks like comes into the pit lane. Christopher Hodgson will get that position from him. Looks like Boyd was about 26 seconds in front of Hodgson, but he should get that position. Trantham 31 seconds behind Boyd. That one should be close. Edel 36 and Chilton 38. He should come out right in that group, it looks like. Yep, that was a very quick stop for Boyd. Let's see where he comes out. Gets passed by Trantham. We expected that. Hodgson looks like comes out just in front of Edel. A few seconds here, 3 seconds behind Trantham. So not quite there, but only 2 seconds in front of Edel. So this could shape up to be an excellent battle. So after that, pit stop by Boyd. Hume Sr. now has a 50-second lead. Keep in mind, lap times looks like the last lap time Keith Hume Sr. ran was a 1:17.29, which is 77 seconds. And he is 50 seconds ahead of the car behind. Keith Hume Sr. just heading into the bus stop. Christopher Hodgson just going into the final corner. So that kind of shows you how far ahead he is right now. Trantham again wide on the second to last corner. Keeps it tidy, doesn't crash, but we've seen him go wide there a number of times. Michael Boyd back into the pit lane. What is going on with Michael Boyd? That is not going to be good for him. I thought that last stop came early too, and now hitting the next lap is not going to be exactly how he wants his race to go. See Thomas Edel, 2 seconds behind Chilton. Looks like Chilton did get past him. We missed that while we were watching the lead. Chilton looks like 7 seconds and pretty consistently about 7 seconds behind Trantham in third. Trantham pretty close to Hodgson. This could shape up to be a good battle here. Hodgson holding on to second, but less than a second in front of Trantham in third. Let's watch this battle for a bit. Looks like heading into the second to last corner. Let's see if Trantham goes wide. He doesn't. Keeps it on track this time. Into the final corner, and that gap is about 0.9 seconds now. As we cross the line, hard braking zone, there's a lot of time for Trantham to make up here if he can be courageous. And maybe a little too courageous. A little hard on the brakes. You saw a little smoke there from Trantham. That means a lockup. And he lost about 1/10 of a second there. Gap is down to 1 second even. A little bit of time being made up on the S's here. Looks like Trantham has got a half second down. Just going across that first line into the straight. Big puff of smoke from Michael Quick up ahead. Looks like he locked it up going into the bus stop. But he keeps it on track. Let's get back to this battle. Trantham now less than half a second behind. He definitely made up a lot of time going into the bus stop. Very close now, right up alongside into the second longest straight of the track. These guys are going to be pushing really hard here. Into this second to last corner. Both of them keep it on the track. Very narrow line for both of them. Hodgson is going to have the inside going around into the first corner, but Trantham has a better run. Let's see what happens here. Trantham, too good of a run through that finish line. Looks like he slots in ahead. He has that second place position locked in now. He is about 3 car lengths ahead coming out of that first corner. Like Jason Chilton, 4 seconds and it's going down up to third place. Hodgson got a poor run into the S's. He's going to lose a lot of time there. Coming up, getting past Michael Quick, lapping that car. Jason Chilton now down to under 3 seconds to third place. He's definitely getting that gap down. We're about to have the leader go on to lap 30. 3/4 of the way to the finish here. Chilton a bit wide. No worries there. Keeps it all tidy into the second to last corner. He should be heading on to lap 30 here any second. Check in with our leader, Keith Hume Sr. He's about to lap these guys. We've been talking about this 2nd through 4th battle. We just tuned in the leader, and he is about to lap those guys. This guy is putting in work. Absolutely a clinic here tonight, Keith Hume Sr. If he doesn't make a mistake, he has got this in the bag. Absolutely. Check back in Trantham. He's around quick. He is in a comfortable position. He has got about 2.5 seconds back to Hodgson. He doesn't have to worry about that too much for right now. Looks like that gap is growing just a bit. Hodgson down less than 2 seconds separate him and Chilton. That's going to be a little bit of pressure ever growing on him. Through the bus stop, still no mistakes. Cody Trantham, what happens? Oh, we saw that just in our peripherals there. Let's rewind and see exactly what happened from Trantham's point of view. Right out of the bus stop, let's see what happens. Yep, comes in a little bit narrow, gets on the grass, loses traction, and that back end starts coming around. At that point, there's no way to save it. Locks him up, slides into that tire barrier, gets a little bit of damage. We'll see if he comes in. It is getting pretty close to the end. Not sure if he's going to want to, but it depends on how his car handles. Let's get back live. Hodgson up into second. Chilton less than a second behind him. He's absolutely attacking now at this point. They're coming up on quick, so that lap traffic could have a little bit to do with this battle here. Trantham back into 5th position. Looks like he is about a second behind Edel. He is very close. He is going to be applying pressure here into the bus stop section. Jason Chilton around. We saw him do that move earlier. He is so good at that. He applied pressure going into the bus stop and makes the guy on the outside back out. You do not want to go narrow into that bus stop. That's exactly what's going to happen, like we saw Trantham do just a lap ago. So when a car gets up on the inside like that, like Chilton just did to Hodgson, that car on the outside has got to back out. Otherwise, there's going to be a crash. So Chilton up into 2nd place, Hodgson 3rd place. Edel and Trantham in a battle for 4th. These guys are really tight together. About a car length separates them. Trantham wide again on that corner. Coming through the final corner. Trantham has been very good this race about getting good runs out of that final corner. Gets a little bit loose though. Doesn't look like he gets it. Trantham doing everything he can. He's going to have the draft here, so he may have some options heading into the bus stop. You may want to take a page out of Chilton's book and apply a little bit of pressure going into this chicane. That has proved to be very effective so far this race. Let's see what he does. Looks like Chilton, I just see in the camera view, gets around quick, and no passes made in this battle for fourth place. Into the chicane, they're going to keep in the same running order. In certain shots of these guys, you can see Keith Hume Sr. in that Monster Energy car. They're coming up behind them. That is a scary sight for anybody trying to win this race. Looks like Trantham has a good run into the final corner on the outside line. Keeps Edel narrow through that one. Great run through the finish. Trantham is going to get that fourth place position over Edel. Edel slots back into fifth. Edel back up the inside on the first corner. Doesn't quite make it happen. Trantham is going to stay in the lead. Up through the S's, there's a few car lengths between them now. So let's check back in with Chilton and see how he's doing. He's coming up on, looks like Benson, number 7 in that blue Ford Mustang, coming up on him. Lap traffic. Should be easy work here for Chilton. He's passed a couple lappers with no issue here so far this race. Hodgson just about 5 seconds, 5.5 seconds maybe behind Chilton. Also running a great race. We haven't seen any mistakes here from Hodgson tonight. Trantham still under a half second in front of Edel. Looks like he lost a bit of time there coming through that back section. Let's continue watching this battle. Into the final corner. Jason Chilton, he crashed. What happened? Jason Chilton, oh no! On the exit to 1. Looks like he had to get towed to the pits. That is going to be serious damage for him. That is not good. Lap 35, 5 laps from the finish. He couldn't quite keep it together. What happened? We talked about this lap traffic. He's in here with Chad Benson, number 7. Chad Benson gets the inside line, goes way too deep. No contact. But, yeah, no contact. But Chilton just got a little loose on the exit into the tire barrier. He's got to get towed. He must have had a meatball flag. Too much damage to continue racing. That is not going to be good for him. Keith Hume Sr. Coming up on Edel. He has passed everybody up to 5th position. Christopher Hodgson inherits 2nd off Chilton's mistake. Coming into the final corner here, he is about to pass Benson. Looks like he gets it done around the final corner. Benson into the pit lane. It's interesting he's coming in so late in the race. Cody Trantham holding solid on the 3rd. Thomas Edel a number of car lengths behind him now. Under pressure from our leader, Keith Hume Sr. Michael J. Boyd, we haven't seen him for a while. He is back on track. Came into the pits again. Looks like he's been having some bad luck this race. Had to make a couple extra pit stops compared to his competitors. Looks like he passes Chad Benson, of course. Chad Benson just came into the pits as well. Michael J. Boyd up into 5th place. He is not on the lead lap, but he is going to be the lead car not on the lead lap. Keith Hume Sr. putting a lot of pressure on Edel now. Edel, we probably should see him backing off here, letting Hume get past. Into the second to last corner. Hume is not going to go for any stupid moves here. He does not want to mess up his race. Looks like to the inside of the final corner, a little bit of pressure. Doesn't quite get it done. But with the gap he's currently at, 1 minute 13 over 2nd place, he does not need to go in for any crazy moves here. It looks like we were on lap 36, 4 laps to go. It's going to be tough to overcome a 1 minute 13 gap for Hodgson here with 4 laps to go. Don't have a ton of action here on track, so let's hop in with Keith Hume Sr. on his interior. Let's see what a race pace lap looks like. He is in a battle here with Edel. This will be a very interesting view. Into the bus stop. Not a lot of throttle here. You can kind of hear what he's doing. Like I said, these cars don't have a ton of traction around the outside of Edel. Chad Benson just leaving the pit lane, so he's slotted back into 7th position. It's like coming up on a couple other cars here into the second to last corner. This is going to be a hard braking zone as well. Off the gas early. Gets the car rotated. No problem for Keith. We're on the final corner. Get as close to the wall as you can without touching. He does a very good job of that, coming across the finish line here. Hard braking zone in the first corner, shifting down. Get around it, back on the gas, no problem. He's going to be up into the S's now, coming up on these other cars. This is going to be, wow, okay, this is going to be Christopher Hodgson. We missed him while we were riding along with Keith Hume Sr. Cody Trantham got around Hodgson. Now Hume Sr. is around Hodgson as well. Hodgson must have had a small mistake there to allow Trantham to make up that little bit of gap he had. Trantham now into 2nd, Hodgson in 3rd, Edel 4th place, Chilton in 5th. Michael Boyd back here in 6th. Looks like he's had a clean few laps after his trouble in the early race. He's got a pretty sizable gap in front and behind. Looks like without any mistakes made, he should be finishing up just about there. Hume is still cutting his way through traffic. He is getting right up on the back of Trantham now. We're just a few car lengths away. We have the white flag for Hume Sr. there. This is going to be the final lap for these guys. I don't believe Hume Sr. is going to do anything crazy. We probably won't see him get past Trantham here. He does not need to do that by any means. He has a 1 minute 15 second gap. As long as he doesn't screw that up here this final lap, he will be taking home this victory. Very excellent performance by him. Putting on a clinic today here. Not a single mistake. Fast laps. He's clearly got the pace to win this race. I think we can expect more great things out of him today. Such a hard combo, and he did a phenomenal job. Actually, he is past Trantham here. Trantham gives it up, goes outside. So now Keith Hume Sr. has lapped the entire field. That will actually, now that Trantham is not on the lead lap, that'll give him the checkered this time around. So maybe that was strategic. Otherwise, if he would have stayed on the lead lap, he would have had to go one more time around. But the whole field should be getting the checkered. Keith Hume around the final corner for the final time. Crossing the finish line, checkered flag. Big W here for Keith Hume Sr. Cody Trantham is going to finish 2nd, Hodgson 3rd, Edel 4th, Chilton 5th, Boyd 6th, Benson 7th, and Quick and Schuler 8th and 9th are going to finish from the pit lane. Excellent race here for these guys tonight. Definitely something different that they don't get to do a lot. Like I said, this is an oval car. These guys mostly race ovals. So definitely a good change of pace here tonight on this road course, even though it was a little tricky for a couple of them. Let's hop into the interview booth. I will get our top 3 here. Hume, Trantham, and Hodgson. I will get these guys into the booth here for a couple final race interviews. Let's start with our 3rd place position of Hodgson. So it looks like Hodgson is not available at the moment. We will start with our second place then of Cody Trantham. Get him up here in just a moment. Hey, guys. This is Luke on the broadcast. Sorry, I don't have admin permission, so I can't drag you into the interview for the post race. But I can do some post race interviews with the top three. It was Hodgson finished third. That's no problem. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. We're here with Cody Trantham, second place. Cody, we saw a really good performance out of you tonight. A lot of positions changed. Tell me how you felt about it. I can hear you, yes. Yeah, that was definitely it was a really great race from my perspective. A little bit different from what you guys normally do. What were some of the challenges that came with this track as opposed to what you normally race? Yep. Yep. Yeah, we saw you get a little twisty up in the bus stop chicane. Thought maybe that was gonna have a bit more of an effect on you than it did, but it looks like you came out no problem from that, finishing second place. Anybody you want to thank tonight, Cody? Awesome. It was good talking to you, Cody. Appreciate it. Chris, I'm going to turn to you next. P3, really great run out of you. We really saw not too many mistakes tonight. You put on a clinic. How do you feel your race went? Yep. Yeah, turn one was definitely a spot we saw a lot of mistakes. The bus stop, we saw a lot of mistakes from everybody in the field. What was your favorite part of the truck tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, actually, funny enough, we were in the broadcast booth. We were riding along with Keith on a victory lap ride along, and when Cody passed you, we didn't even catch that, unfortunately. But it was a good race from you, definitely. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Yeah, awesome, man. It's great talking to you. Congrats tonight, and hopefully we can see you up there again. All right, Keith, the big man, the big titan of this race, lapped the entire field. How do you feel? Yeah, we did see Jason come in for an extra pit stop and had to hold for a while. That was unfortunate. Definitely hurt his race a bit. But yeah, I don't even know if I can say I saw a single mistake from you tonight, Keith. Phenomenal performance. What was the highlight of the race for you? That's awesome, man. We can definitely tell you did your homework. And I appreciate you talking to me. Congrats on your win, and hopefully we can see you up top on the podium again soon. Michael, while you're here, I see you're muted. I do have a couple questions for you. Um, I saw you had a little bit of more of a tough time in this race, especially in the beginning. Had a couple incidents, but everybody I've talked to says definitely wants to thank you for running such a great race. What are your thoughts on this? How do you think it turned out? Yep. Yep. Yeah, no problem, man. I really appreciate you having me. I appreciate you throwing an awesome race like this. It's good to see more of an odd combo like this, other than something cookie cutter like we usually see. This was super fun to watch, and hopefully we can have some more good races with you guys soon. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Michael. We're going to be signing off tonight. I appreciate all the viewers at home who tuned in for us, and we will catch you next week. Thank you, and have a great night.